Hello and welcome to Hour 25, where we explore how technology is changing and how we can use it in our everyday lives.
My name is James.
And I'm Anna Marie.
And coming up on today's fantastic show,
James visits the home of tomorrow.
our reporter Brown dives into an alternate reality.
We discover the advancements of robotics.
And Brown and I will go head to head in the drone racing finale. You know what? I am super excited for today's show.
So am I, James.
But I can't help but notice that we're missing something.
What would that be?
Well, normally we have a nice big sofa there.
You know, you're right. It is looking a bit bare in here. But I might have a solution for you.
Oh, right.
It's an app from IKEA.
Right,
So
I
you
see.
just pop on your phone.
Uh-huh.
It's really, really simple. All you need to do is scan your surroundings.
Right, so I've done that.
Yep. And then press the plus button. Select the sofa.
Let's try that one. Oh, so
Line it up. So it's got to
line
take
it
a
around.
scan of the surroundings.
There we go.
All right, perfect. Now tap the screen.
Oh, there it is.
There we go. Okay, all you need to do is size it up. You can push it forward,
Let's
just like
move
you're
it.
using a normal iPhone.
Okay, so
And,
oh look,
and then you can drop it, literally.
and then like if I move around there,
There,
it, like,
you can
goes
see we have
around.
a sofa in our room.
That's fantastic.
Amazing, right?
So how does it work?
Well, it's actually an augmented reality app. So what it does, it uses optical trackers to scan the surroundings, and it measures up the sizes of your room along with the sizes of the furniture that we've used. Then it pops it right in. So you don't have to go to IKEA to actually check it out yourself. You can actually have it right in the room with you.
I like think the amount of time you spend measuring up a space when you can just shove it in and see if it works.
I know, saves so much time actually.
And look, just like that, we've got our wonderful new sofa.
Yes.
Oh, yes, that is so much more
Feels
comfy.
just like home.
Yes, it does. And speaking of home, I went and met up with Alex, who taught me about one of these. It's a Google Home, and he's been using it to make his home a smart home. And, well, I'll let him tell you all about it. We're here at Alex's flat in East London, who's been living with the Google Home for a couple of months, to tell us a bit more about it and about how he uses it. How does the Google Home actually work?
Well, it's all voice activated. I can give it any command within reason around the house and it'll do it. Like I can change colour of the lights, the brightness, turn the telly on.
Nice. Can I try?
Go for it.
Okay, Google. Set the living room lamp to purple.
Okay, changing the desk lamp to purple.
Turn living room TV on.
Sure, turning on the living room TV.
So what other little things like around the house and that do you find that it's really good for?
Well, I don't even need to pick up my phone to use my timer or set an alarm. I can just ask that and in the blink of an eye it's set. So, okay Google, set an alarm for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Okay, your alarm's set for tomorrow at 10 a.m.
And I've got a nice early start. Well, I can quite honestly see home technology evolving to the point where almost the whole house is controlled just by voice. Yeah, you can set the temperature in the house, which is quite handy as well. In the very near future, there'll be no more manual controls in a house. Privacy is always a matter that comes with any evolution of technology, but I think we've come to the point now in society where a lot of people are almost desensitized to it anyway, so I think we'll just live with it.
So what are there silly little quirks or silly little things you can ask Google to do?
Oh yeah, there's quite a few. Okay Google, beatbox for me.
Sure, I know a guy. Hold on, I'll get him.
Nice.
It's not bad, eh?
Could I get Google to tell me a joke or a random fact?
Yeah, give it a shot.
Okay, Google. Tell me a random fact.
Alrighty, according to Wikipedia, the Great Barrier Reef is the world's biggest single structure made by living organisms.
What's the weather like in London today?
In London today, there'll be showers with a forecast high of 12 in a low of 1.
And now I know to bring an umbrella.
It's 11 and cloudy.
Nice. Do they come in like a range of sizes and prices?
Yeah, that is one of the larger ones, though you can get like smaller ones that you can put in different rooms as well. And you can connect like every room in the house.
Well, brilliant. Thank you so much for
My pleasure.
allowing us into your home, Alex. And I think we can only finish on one thing. Okay, Google, repeat after me. Back to the studio.
Back to the studio.
Wow, I never knew that the Google Home could do so much.
Honestly, it's just incredible, like the massive amount of things it can do. Just like little things like, okay, Google, what noise does a whale make? I mean, isn't that brilliant?
That's pretty amazing. Now, from something you could command with your voice to something you could control with your gestures. So, Brown, you got to try out something pretty amazing the other day, didn't you?
Yes, I got to try out the mixed reality with Double Me.
Wow. Okay, that sounds sick. What do you think, Joves?
Oh, definitely. Let's find out
Yeah,
how you
let's
got
find
on.
out.
Hi, I'm here at the Holo Portal here at Ravensbourne to check out one newest pieces of technology, the HoloLens. Here to guide me through this we have Chris from Double Me. What exactly is the HoloLens?
A HoloLens is a Windows mixed reality headset, meaning you'll be blending digital with reality, so which you'll be seeing holograms. So once you put on the HoloLens, there, so let me go into this position. Okay, see your
Okay, this is different.
if I'm standing here, you can walk towards the hologram.
So what steps did you have to overcome to produce it?
Well, that's up to our boss, Albert Kim. He's the founder of the company. We're collaborating with Surrey University, but the Surrey University has the same kids as we got, as we're collaborating to work on a 5G innovation, to develop 5G holographic network. This is a collaboration box. And what it does, each side of the box has a collaboration marker, and each marker connects to these connects, which stitches the character as a 3D person. And if you want to try different apps, raise your hand like this, do this, and open it like that.
This is okay.
So what can you see?
Now that's nice.
So
That's
please-
nice. Yes.
So tap the button and dancer. And with your head, you can aim to the floor and tap.
I'm getting the hang of this.
And look again, you can walk around the ballerina.
Oh, she's giving me steps.
It's all about going through research and developing the actual app of the future.
Well, Brown, I think the HoloLens left you with an augmented view of what a ballerina actually is.
I actually tapped on the street dancer, but you know, it's meant to go on a ballerina, but you know, it's a very complex piece of equipment.
It just looked incredible.
Yeah, it really was.
I can just see like all the different applications for this technology. I mean, you think just like FaceTime calls, in a short time they'll be like holograms, and it'll just be like something out of Star Wars or Star Trek, just any of the big sci-fi shows
Yeah,
like
even
that.
the IKEA app that we use today.
Exactly.
Now, as well as imagining yourself in a virtual environment, I've been along to see some tech that allows you to get hands-on and stay safe.
Shadow Robot Company was founded about 30 years ago now. It was 4 hobby enthusiasts who just loved the idea of building robots, and they ended up being the founders of the company. They thought, what is the hardest thing to build? and engineer in robotics. The body only has 200 bones, so technically your hand is the most dexterous, the most complicated thing you can just try and replicate and design. So that's why Shadow decided to go and make the Shadow hand. The hand itself is formed of 129 sensors. This is done in positional sensing along here, and it's got, in the tops, it's got sensors, so touch sensors. So we use PSTs for this. It's got wrist movement as well, so back, forth, wrist joints here. In the thumb, it's got 5 different degrees of freedom. Now the hand can do 24 movements, and it can hold things like we can, so such as like cards and stuff, and bend them like this. This is really crucial because in areas where you need human dexterity, you can have that with a robotic hand where you don't want to put a human. So oil and gas environment, nuclear environment, stuff like that, this is when this stuff becomes really evident, really important. So in terms of making the hand do particular things and stuff, you may have your software that may be way ahead in saying, I can make the hand do X, Y, Z, move this way, that way, backwards, forwards, pinch something really hard to the point where it snaps it.
I saw you work with NASA before.
Yep.
What sort of things is that applying?
So technically they're a clientele, so we can't release too much on what they actually do with the hand. We do use it in a lot of bomb disposals, so we've done work with the MOD for stuff like that, and any form of dangerous environment, because the hand is able to be deployed somewhere without the human being there. We have tried to get into more fields with this hand. Dangerous environments is our biggest problem field. We've also done quite a bit with fruit and vegetables, sort of picking stuff, where you do need the human sort of hand, so automation in any form. But in 20, 30 years time, it's going to be extreme what happens in robotics, and that's not just from our standing point, that's from all robotics companies.
Do you think there will be things possible now in working dangerous environments that weren't previously possible?
Working in nuclear environments and getting them decomposed correctly, through robotic systems, yes, no, definitely. And then obviously bomb disposals and stuff like that, it's helping human life, and it's putting them there into the dangerous environment instead of human. And even though these are expensive robots and dependent on who you talk to, depends on the scarcity of human life really, I suppose, but I think a human life is worth more than a robot. And I think that's
Well, that was truly astonishing. I think it's going to be incredible to see just how far that technology can go. Yeah. But I don't think even a robot hand could compare to what we have up next. We've got our resident drone expert, Tristan.
Hey,
thanks for having me.
How are you?
Not too bad, thanks, yeah.
Great. So what made you get into drones?
So one day I was just scrolling through Amazon, and then suddenly I saw this little tiny drone for about 20 quid, and I thought, wow, it's only £20, I'll see what it's like. I loved it so much that a month later I spent 600 quid, I had a gigantic DJI drone. And yeah,
as you do.
Yeah.
What are drones used for then?
I think a lot of people that sort of have quite negative connotations of drones, so before they've been used in wars. And something that I find whenever I'm out flying is one of the first questions people ask, apart from how high it can go, is do you spy on people with it? And yeah, most people aren't using drones to spy on people. So we've come quite a long way from there. Now a lot of people are using racing drones just for leisure, so like this, just for flying around with your friends and just mucking about and having a good time, really.
Okay, what drone did you bring with you today?
So today with me I have the Tiny Whoop. So I'll give this a little hover here, see if it's going to behave.
Ooh.
Wow, look at that. That's fantastic.
That's amazing.
What speed can this Tiny Whoop get up to?
So the Tiny Whoop, it's mainly for inside flying, can probably reach about 10 miles an hour. But if you're flying a full-size racing drone outside, you're looking nearly 200 miles an hour.
200 miles per hour?
Yeah.
100.
That's pretty fast.
Serious speed.
Insane.
Yeah.
Now, do you need a license for something like that, or can I just pick up one
Now,
from the store?
you would assume you need a license, particularly for something that can hit such great speeds, but actually, if you're using a drone like this, or even quite a large drone, if it's just for personal use, you're fine. If you want to start doing commercial work with it, you need to apply for a license, but yeah, apart from that, it's a bit of a free-for-all.
Really? What do you see the future of drones being?
So obviously we mentioned some of the industries that drones have been used in before, and I think it's going to start reaching out into basically every facet of society. You have Amazon looking at delivery drones. And also recently at the Winter Olympics, we had the Intel created almost like digital fireworks with 1,200 drones. Incredible spectacle. So yeah, I can just see it pushing into all sort of different industries.
And you think the only way is up then?
The only way is up.
Well,
You can tell us a little bit about this headset,
All right,
actually.
so
We haven't
yeah,
touched on this.
so a lot of people, they're just flying drones like I was then a second ago, line of sight, just looking at it. What these video goggles allow is the little camera that's on board the Tiny Whoop transmits its image in real time to these goggles. So instead of having to watch the drone when I fly around, I can just fly around as if I'm on the drone.
that's
Wow,
amazing.
that's amazing.
Like being a pilot without the risk of death.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for
Thank
coming in,
you,
Tristan.
Tristan.
And lastly, I think it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. It's me versus Brown, head-to-head in the race of the century. So we're here in Croydon at this incredible site of our drone racing challenge. However, I very quickly realised I'm not very good at flying drones, so I've recruited Mark. Now, Mark is seriously quick. How long have you been drone racing for?
About a year and a half now.
Year and a half. I'm feeling pretty confident.
Well, for an opponent so weak, it was only right that I had to be cautious with who I was going to pick for my team. So introducing, we have Daniel, aka Warhead. Why is he called Warhead? I don't know, but if you have Warheads, you tend to be more optimistic about this race. So, what do you expect from this track?
It's going to be very quick. It's smooth, some nice corners. It should be pretty good. Nice little tree situation going over there, so it can be fun.
And how long have you been?
It's about, I've been flying for about 2 years.
See, Mark was 1.5. We got 2 years here.
Nice turn, nice turn. Back round. Ooh, yes, nicely done. Good. So quick. Ooh. Yes. Oh, look at that. You're doing me proud, Mark. You're doing me proud. And straight through that too. Come on. There it is. Oh, that loop-de-loop is so tight.
Look how we started. Yep. James ain't gonna know what hit him. Yeah, we're still going. We ain't being stopped. We ain't stopping now. Come too far to become second place. I want like second.
There's nothing we can do.
No, 2 don't.
Now that was most definitely a win for me.
Well, you say that, but I felt like I might just have clinched that for you. But I think it's going to be close.
Yeah.
But I think I've won it.
We'll see.
Are you ready to find out your times then?
Yes.
Okay, drum roll. James, you had 1 minute and 57 seconds.
Under 2 minutes. Yes, I'm happy with that.
Okay, now
Wait for
Brown,
me.
1 minute and 33 seconds. Looks like Brown is our winner.
Oh,
See, I knew it.
how?
I absolutely
I think you
knew
should
it.
shake on it, guys.
I absolutely knew it.
I'm not happy about it, but GG.
The Warhead.
Congratulations, that was a close one. Well, that's it, everyone. The future is looking very bright.
Yes, with virtual interior design controlling your home with technology, goggles that send you to cyberspace, advanced robotics, and supersonic drones.
Are you prepared for hour 25? We'll see you again next week.
Bye.